Welcome to our 5 on 5. Please be joined by Joe Rossi, the Southern Oregon Area Manager for BBSI, and Brent Kell, the CEO of Valley Immediate Care. So we're talking about the Southern Oregon Business Resource Symposium this Wednesday. Gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks, Craig.
Good to be here.
So Brent, let me start with you. What is the symposium?
So the symposium is an effort to kind of create an ongoing dialogue between small business. There's lots of resources out there available to small business, and we kind of like to get the word out that these resources are available. Many times there's no cost. There are some experts in the field that are available, and so we envision this as kind of an ongoing dialogue with small business, and would like to be a resource for those small businesses. Joe and I both have kind of similar businesses. We are a small employer, and we deal with challenges on a daily basis, but we also service small employers in a number of different ways. And so we thought, to get enough people together, we have lots of really talented and really knowledgeable folks in a region, and create an event to gather those people together and hopefully educate them and give them resources.
Yeah, and you talked about resources, and free resources are great. The symposium is free, so that's a wonderful thing. Joe, why do you think this is so important?
Well, the small to medium-sized business owner industry sector employs about 70% of the employees, the workers here in the Rogue Valley. And in that particular SMB marketplace is the most difficult and challenging place for business owners to navigate every day in their businesses. Having the know-how to do that is really important. The failure rate for small business in Oregon is substantial. 70% of businesses fail in about a 10-year period. Owners need to have the know-how in order to work their way through employee engagement and worker injuries and all those areas that are so important just to keeping a business going. And so for owners to come to this symposium and gain some of that know-how, some of that knowledge, it's substantial. They really need to be there.
Yeah, you mentioned a couple topics right there. Brent, what other topics will we be covering at the symposium?
A lot of work comp issues, Joe said. A couple of our docs are actually going to talk about the importance of return to work and return to work programs for employees. We've got an excellent talk on managing media events as for small business. When something bad happens in your business, how do you deal with the media and carefully? We have a really interesting topic about marijuana in the workplace now. There's
Great
a
question.
lot of, absolutely. Everybody's figuring out how to deal with this now. It's legal, but how do we deal with the workplace? Can we prohibit it or can we not? And how to work through that. So some really, really excellent topics.
Yeah, very good. Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We got much more in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Joe Rossi and Brent Kell. We're talking about the Southern Oregon Business Resource Symposium this Wednesday here in Medford. So, Joe, let me ask you, is it more complicated as a small business owner to survive in today's world? It's
never been more complicated. In the last 5 years in Oregon, the legislature alone has passed over 20 employment engagement laws, regulation, that owners, in many cases we find, don't have any idea what those laws mean, how to get that out to their employees, the handbook updates they need, employees acknowledging those handbooks. There's so much regulation in Oregon that we're one of the most difficult states to do small business administration in. And so coming to this symposium, you'll hear a lot about just the employment law updates this year. 6 new employment laws just this year. How do business owners have to figure out how to navigate through that? And then a lot of other regulations like worker compensation. What do those laws and regulations look like, and on and on and on. So very important symposium for owners to come and learn about how to manage their businesses through those regulations.
Yeah, and we mentioned in part 1 that this is a free event for people to come to, but limited seating, Brent. Limited seating,
yeah. It's going to be held at Smullin Center. As many of you know, Rogue Regional Medical Center is building a new parking structure. That's taken a lot of their parking out of action. So we're limited to just 100 attendees, and we're about half full already. So if you want to get out there and attend the event, please let us know as soon as possible. We've got an event invite set up on our website. It's on the main page, Southern Business Resource Symposium. It's top of the page. Click on there and we'll get you
right there
signed
on
up.
The Valley Immediate Care website.
Front page, easy to find.
Okay, and people do need to pre-register. They can't just show up.
Please, because we are providing breakfast, we're providing lunch and a snack, and so we need to know how many meals to plan to, and that's all included. It's all free. Yeah, excellent. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for coming.
Appreciate
it. Thanks, Craig.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.